Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. This is part two of this feed bag that I think might look better just all redrawn and engraved. So instead of making it look like a photograph, and I don't know the situation yet, but I thought this might help. So I've taken the bag and I turned it into a grayscale that doesn't really matter. It is real small. So I'm just going to trace it. And from here on, I don't want to move it. So I'm going to make sure my nudge is not, it's a little bit short. So I'm going to make my nudge factor 3. And then I'm going to trace it. Outline, trace, clip art. And I'm going to call that good. And I'm going to move it over. Now, the reason you kind of want that, let me move these out of the way. The reason you kind of want that shape, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go up to object and lock my yellow box so I can't grab it. And I'm going to make a duplicate and move it over quite a few times. And then I'm also going to take a rectangle and fill that in with blue like we did earlier. And in the other video, I broke the curve apart. If you will just change your color, well, you could actually use blue, but for the video, I'm going to use green. There is your bag. And I'm going to left click, right click, and there's your outline of your bag. And that's going to be part of your engraving, is the outline of the bag. I would think anybody could recreate these fonts. They're just normal fonts, but the hardest part would be to recreate this part of the logo and then this. But that's really pretty easy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of my rectangle and I'm going to break this apart, ungroup it. And then I'm going to grab that center logo and I'm going to actually nudge it over twice. I left a spot. And there's two ways to do this. One, we have that logo back here empty. We could take that green now and fill in that green. And there's that logo. And it's all one piece where we're going to have to weld it together or combine it and get it not so rough. And we're going to fix that too. And I'm going to take the logo and just delete it. Now my bag is becoming in the way. But you can look at it, left click, right click, and just see if it has any faults, and it's got a few faults right there. I personally would take a 2-point line, holding down the control button, and I would normally do this in the center of the page, but because I'm not in the center of the page, I'm just going to do this. Now I'm going to take my virtual segment delete key, and I'm going to delete this side of the logo, because it was the roughest. And then like we got a bad spot right there, so we're gonna, just fix that node, bring in this handle, maybe even take a few nodes out to give us a smoother item. And then I'm gonna call that good. Then I'm going to hit Control D on the Control D, make a duplicate, grab this two-sided arrow here and put it here. Take away our bar. I've got a containment, so I don't mind if it actually leaks this time, and it should not leak. And there's that part of the logo. And after you added the text and this stripe, and I think it would actually come out better. Now, how do you draw that? Well, I started looking at it and I said it kind of looks like a cut off triangle. So we're going to go to basic shapes or common shapes, and I'm going to grab my triangle. There's actually an up one and a down one, and we'll pick the up one. And I'm not going to hold down the control button or nothing. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to put it here, and I'm going to stretch it till I get about where I want. Now, I'm going to take and this is where you'd probably want to measure, but I'm not even going to measure. I'm going to take my shape tool and I'm going to add a node right there. Well, why is it? Why won't it let me add a node? Let me tell you what, let me nudge it over. Oh, because it's a basic shape. I've got to go to object and turn it into a curve, and then I can add nodes. So I'm going to move that back over to my logo, and I'm going to take the shape tool, and I'm going to add a node about right there, and I'm going to put it up there. And the reason I'm not really measuring, because I don't think I need to, I'm going to take out the center node, so now I've kind of got this shape. Then, let's zoom in here a little bit. And I'm not on the money, but you know, just for the video it's good enough. Take the shape tool and grab those two nodes, go up to Windows, Dockers, Corners, and 0.15 radius. I almost got that radius. Now we're a little bit off, but like I said, as long as you're getting close. Now take the shape tool, grab these two, and maybe we'll go 0.2. Look at that. Maybe that was too much. Maybe just 0.15 again. Now we could take all these nodes. I would hold down the control button after I start moving it, so it stay on the same plane. And I think we're close enough for the video. I would actually, remember, you got to keep in mind that your nudge factor, and I would put this closer to the center, and then actually you could stretch it from here and kind of get it center of that line. And then put your nudge factor back to 3 and take that line and nudge it over here. And if you'd be able to see both of them at one time, we could actually nudge this over. Wow, see, it's all broken apart. We can nudge the whole thing because we want to see how thick that line is. And it's also in black. So we're going to take this line now, we're going to make it something other than a hairline and a little bit thicker. And then make it black. And I think you got the logo. And after you added the seed corn and you know, you'd have to go with this original bag so you could see it. But after you added, you know, you got the logo, you've got, you know, make this stripe, make this, you know, make this gray, make this, you know, that's what I would do, is make this gray with regular engraving, make this black with reverse engraving. And the gentleman I'm trying to help, if he wants to go this route, I'll be more than happy to help you understand all that. And then you could change the outline thickness. You know, maybe that's just a hairline, maybe go that point. And just engrave that, and it would mimic the bag and be a sharp item. Anyway, I hope that helped him a little bit. Thank you for watching.